friends, it's Tracey from Tea Time with Tracey and Friends. I'm going to do my very first book unhaul. It's summer break still. This will probably be posted at some point in time when I sit down to edit, but anyways, there's Jerry hanging there. He's just a friend. This is a mixture of a whole bunch of different kind of books. Some of the books I read this year, I'm just not going to keep off. Some of them, I tried one book in the series and I really didn't like it. I think I have all the books. I don't know. Anyways, one I read this year is The Hunting Party, Lucy Foley. I did read this and I did like it. I read this and The Guest List before. I like this better than The Guest List. I just know I'm never going to read it again. So I will donate it to a free little library or the guy up the street. He sells books out of his house. You can bring books there and you get the books he has at a discount, whatever. But I enjoyed this. It's just, I know I'll never read it again. And that. This is the first book in the Hoops series. I have the whole series on Audible, so I only have one book physically. I thought it was okay. It didn't live up to the hype for me at all. It's very Insta love, and I don't like Insta anything. It was okay. It just wasn't my thing. I do plan on probably listening to the rest of the series. There's 3 books. I listened to the second book. I got that in a TBR game. I forget, Block Shot or something like that. Oh, just a minute. Patties. Nothing. Anyways, I will listen to the last book. I forget what they're called. The second book I liked better than this one. But sports romance are hit and miss with me. And it was okay. It's just not my thing. But it's a very popular series. It's just, I'm not going to keep that on my shelves. I don't plan on buying the other books in the series. And since I have them in audio, that's fine because I bought them on sales. I just read this book last month, I think it was. Lisa Jewell, Invisible Girl. It was okay. It's a thriller. I didn't mind it. I'll never read it again. About a 3 out of 5. It was all right. I just will pass it along. Somebody else might love it. I have a laundry basket full. I think I read this last year. This is the first book in the Bellandy Crime Syndicate. I don't know. Bloodied Hands by Adelaide Forrest. I think it's Mafia. It's been a while since I read this. Mafia. And the guy, it's so outrageous and out there. When the head boss guy was a teenager in high school, he had a girlfriend and they broke up for some reason. And anyways, years later, he can't let go of his high school crush, girlfriend or whatever. And she is living her own life, living her best life. But paths cross and he captures her, and I'm just like, this is all over a teenage foolishness. Magda, I could let her in. Anyways, I just found it kind of ridiculous. It's smutty. Just, I don't plan on continuing this series, and I just want to pass it along. It's fine. This Beautiful Carnage. The Savage Society of Emerald Hills. I don't know if this is a series. I forget. Magda, leave it. This is a dad's best friend. It's a taboo romance. I don't know if it's mafia, but it's like crime family, the big family of a town, and they're in charge of everything. Anyways, it's taboo, ridiculous, smutty, big age gap. And I'm just like, it's not my thing. I've come to realize I've outgrown a lot of this kind of stuff. And I will pass it along to somebody else that would probably enjoy it much more than I would. Here's the guest list I was telling you about. I read it. It was okay. I like The Hunting Party better, but it's a nice hardcover one. Reese's Book Club. Anyways, just another murder mystery. So I've read 2 Lucy Foley books. I think murder mystery just isn't my thing, or I haven't come across one. Here is, are they all in here? No.
Did I leave her in here on accident?
What?
Did I leave her in here on accident?
No, I brought her in because she was trying to open the gate.
Oh.
One by Conrad Williams. I have another copy of this, so I just don't need 2 copies. It's one of those, oh, I ordered it twice and didn't realize it. It's an apocalyptic one. I think, I haven't read it yet. This is the United Kingdom, but it's no country you know, no place you ever want to see, even the shuddered madness of your worst nightmares, but you survived, one man. Yeah, I guess everybody's dead except for one man. You walk because you have no choice. At the end of this molten road, running along the spine of a burned, battered country, your little boy is either alive or dead. You have to know. You have to find an end to it all. One hope. It follows one man's journey in a demolished world. Haven't read it though, but this one, Darkness Everlasting. This is in a series, and I have another copy of it. And I've read that series years ago. I forget. I plan on rereading it someday to see if I still like it. Like, I read it 20 years ago or whenever it was out. Guardians of Eternity. I don't know which book this is in it, but it's a paranormal romance. And I have 2, so I'm getting rid of 1. I have 2, so I'm getting rid of 1. This is Shelley Lawrenston. I used to love her books because they're shifter romances, but there's a lot of humor in it. There's some spice in it too, but I have 2 of these. I don't think I've read this one, but I have 2 of these. She has a couple of wolf shifter series, a badger series, a crow series. I forget what else. There's ones with tigers, I think. I forget. I read a whole bunch when I was younger, and I have a lot of paperbacks. And again, I want to reread those someday to see if I still want to keep them on my shelves. But this was so long ago. I was all about Cressley Cole and all about Lauren Donner and all about Shelley Lawrenston and all about Gina Showalter, all about J.R. Ward, all of those ones. And I devoured them like candy. And I still have all of the books. And anyways, I just have 2, so I'm going to get rid of 1. 2, I'm going to get rid of 1. Donna Grant. This is like historical, kind of paranormal romance. It depends on, sometimes it's time traveling, sometimes it's like gods. What's this? Shadow Highlander. A dark sword novel. I don't know what book that is in the series, but yeah. Peter Straub, The Hellfire Club. I've read 2 books by him. I read Floating Dragon and Hellfire Club. I read the John Saul Hellfire Club and I loved it. So I had the Hellfire Club by Peter Straub and I hated it. It's just not my type of writing. No offense, he's a very popular, well-known author. And it's just, it doesn't jive with me. That's all. I still have Floating Dragon, but it's holding up a bookshelf, so I'm not going to give that away. So I have a stack of books holding up a bookshelf, and it works perfect, so that's still going to be in my collection till someday I have a beautiful new shelf. Okay, this, Dean Koontz, this is in the Frankenstein series, and this is the only book I have in it, and I've had it for a long time, and I've never read it, and I just thought I'd get rid of it, because I think there's a few books in that series, and I don't have any more. So, I've read Intensity by Dean Koontz. That's the only book of his I've ever read. Rachel Kane, The Stillhouse Lake. This is the first in a series. I don't know how many are in the series. It's a thriller. It was okay. I read this a couple of years ago. I think the wife's husband was accused of being a serial killer, and her and her kids move away because everybody's thinking, well, how could you not know he was a serial killer? Anyway, she moves to this lake, and suddenly murders start happening, kind of like the way her ex-husband's murders went, and Is it her, or is he out of jail, or what? Anyways, it was okay. I didn't mind it, but I'll never read it again. This is the last one in the... Magda, get away from that. I have Terry Blackstock. A restoration novel. I forget which order they go in. Oh, well, that's one. I read the first book. That's book 4. Book 3. Book 2. Anyways, the kids in this first book drove me so insane. I swear to God, if my children ever act like that, I just can't get past it. Hey! No. Anyways, it's Christian fiction, which is fine. It's just not for me. Meg! Stop. I was trying to squeeze this video in, and everything's going buck wild. Anyways, I will give this... There she is. And she's I think, a very well-known author. It's just not for me. I need to put her over the kitchen. Just a minute. All right. So there. That one. This is book 2 or 3 in the... Whatever. It's Alice in Wonderland. This is Queen of Hearts, but what is the other ones? This is just a double copy. I forget which one. Oh, for goodness sakes, is it not saying? It's not saying. It's a trilogy. I have the whole trilogy. I just have a double copy of this. The Queen of Hearts trilogy. The final book in the Queen. This is the 3rd book. Just a double copy. Another double copy. I ordered a box of a whole bunch of Sherilyn Keenan books years ago. They were in a box up in my attic. I just put them on my bookshelves a couple of years ago. Still haven't read any of them. But there was 2 of this in that box. And I want to try her books sometime. I got them off of eBay. Edward Lee, The Black Train. This is, I believe, the same story as The Ghast. And I read Ghast by Edward Lee. And that book is a bit longer than this one. I think this is more of an abridged one, or cut down a little bit. I tried to do research online, and that's kind of the gist of what I got. Welcome to the Ghast house. Anyways, I have another copy of this book. I did read Ghast. I would like to read The Black Train. And that was my first introduction to Edward Lee, who's a very extreme horror author. Very not for the light of heart. Not for the faint of heart whatsoever. But in all the brutality, vulgarity, grotesque, inappropriate stuff, there's glimmers of humor in it too. And I'd find myself laughing at very, very inappropriate things. Anyways, I just had another copy of this, and I will give that away. Or go to my book peddler and see what I can do. John Saul, I have a few more John Saul books, and I've just been trying them once in a while. I read The Devil's Labyrinth. I didn't like it as much as The Hellfire Club. That's still my favorite, but I've only read 2 of his books. And I probably won't ever read it again. So I'm going to donate that. And last but not least is Katie Roberts' The Beast. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. It's 99.9% smut. And it's just not my thing anymore. It's between the Beast and Gaston and Belle, or I forget. I've had this a few years. I read it a long time ago, and I could barely finish it because all it is smut. And I'm not against smut, but I need some plot. I need some sort of something mixed up in it, but that's me. So that's my itty bitty. Well, it's not that itty bitty. That's my book unhaul, and that's my first one. I have a hard time getting rid of books, but I think I can do this. I'll have to wait till Tuesday. Right now it's only a Sunday. That guy up the road doesn't have his house open till Tuesday. I actually might wait. Oh no, there was one more book here. I just put books on top of it. Just a second. I have 2 copies of this. I loved this book. Lily White, The Danger You Know. It's a stalker romance. I read this. I just have 2 copies of it. And I really enjoyed it. I'd like to reread it. It's been a couple of years since I've read it. My eldest daughter's coming home for a couple of weeks at the end of summer. And I might hold off because if she wants any of these books, she can take them, and then I'll go do my wheeling and dealing with these books. But I highly recommend this book and what I can remember of it. If you're into stalker romances, this is a good one. So there. Okay, well, with that, I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love you. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, okay, guys, with that, I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning, and I will see you next time. Bye. Boing.